Even though it looks like this guy's in a zone coverage, it looks like he's sitting underneath that route. He is watching that running back. He's watching that running back block, but he's watching that running back. As you can see right here, I just zip it right past him because he's too focused on the running back who's doing nothing as far as the route's concerned. I only have 5 blockers, and the computer's going to be sending 6 defenders, so I don't have enough to pick them up. I don't even pick up the 5 guys. We only pick up 4 as we get 2 guys coming right down the middle, making this almost impossible to run an offense with. And you can see how we can just make a simple motion block, and now everybody's picked up. The receiver communicates perfectly with the rest of the linemen, and we have a perfect horseshoe pattern, a perfect pocket to throw from. If you guys are looking for fast, cheap, reliable coins for your college football 25 team, check out my coin sponsors at MMOXP and use discount code MONEYSHOT for 5% off your order. Link in the description below.
The champ is here!
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Madden Money Shot, sniffing out the college cheese as always. That's right, we're back in college. I did about 2-3 days worth of Madden, and I realized that nobody plays that game. So we're back in college, and today I'm going to give you guys some blocking tips. I'm going to give you guys 5 blocking tips that everybody should know if they're going against somebody who's an aggressive blitzer, as these will pick up just about any blitz in the game. These are going to be some of the best things you can do to combat that. But before I do, as always, if you guys want to see more videos like this, please make sure to be a subscriber, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. And if you guys need more help, more money plays, all this stuff's going to be coming from my North Texas offensive ebook, and you can download this or any of my ebooks instantly simply by clicking links in the description or the top pinned comment. So on this first play, I want to show you guys a tip that you can use against any man zero blitz that's going to be very helpful, as I'm really going to be focusing on a lot of this because this is probably the defense that gives people the most problem is man zero blitzes. So let's go and let's pick that. Now, as far as this play goes, I just picked a random play here where all 5 receivers, including the running back, are on routes. And if I try to run this play, it's just a matter of time before I get picked up. I mean, I can throw to the running back. There are a couple of quick throws I can make, but if you don't know how to pick up this blitz, you're going to be in trouble. Now, a lot of people would just go straight to blocking the running back or blocking the tight end, thinking that doing that will give you more than you need to pick everything up. But if you notice that when you do this, the people that are covering them typically become safeties. They typically become like deep safeties. As you can see here, both of the guys covering them, both the safeties basically turned into deep coverage safeties if I go to the replay. And you'll see that this man coverage actually turns into like a cover 2 zone. You'll see this safety here is supposed to be covering the running back. He drops back now and becomes a single high safety, while the other safety does the same thing. You can see on the other side here, this guy's double teaming this receiver, essentially taking them away. So basically what I did by putting these guys on a pass block is I limited the amount of receivers that I have, while also increasing the amount of coverage, which means that I'm basically just in trouble. I still have the same 6-man front. This blitz is going to get through eventually, but now I got 3 receivers, and they got maybe, 5 guys covering my 3 receivers. So not the best look. So basically what I want to show you guys is the best way to basically have your cake and eat it too is turn your running back into a block and release, which is the LT or the L2 button if you're on PlayStation. And what that's going to do is that's essentially going to allow and I have to put him in the blocking structure. You can't just put him on check and release. You also have to hold the L1 or the left bumper button and add him to the blocking structure in whatever area you think that the blitz is coming. And you'll see now that he's going to pick up the extra blitzer, but he's also going to hold the defender. The defender is going to be the safety in this scenario. Now, I don't have an option to check and release the tight end, so that's why it's best to do this to the running back. If I could do that to the tight end, which is something I think you can do in last year's Madden, I would recommend it. But on this particular play, you can't do that. And now you can see how this guy here just gets held around the line of scrimmage. You can see I threw the ball right past him because he's not paying attention to where the ball's going. It looks like he's in a zone, but he's not, because you can see that even though it looks like this guy's in a zone coverage, it looks like he's sitting underneath that route. He is watching that running back. He's watching that running back block, but he's watching that running back. As you can see right here, I just zip it right past him because he's too focused on the running back who's doing nothing as far as the route's concerned. So basically what the check and release does, if you put him in the blocking structure and have him blocking whoever you want to have him blocking, even though you don't even have to be right, it'll pick it up on its own. But if you check and release the running back, it flips that advantage on its head. Before, you were getting 6 guys rushing with 7 guys blocking, which I guess is technically advantage, but you know eventually that rush is going to get through. So you had a disadvantage as far as receivers, where you had 3 receivers being covered by 5 different defensive backs, where on this play, it's going to be one-on-one across the board. It could, because you have the running back who's going to be holding 2 different guys. He's going to pick up the block, but he's also going to be holding the defender to the point where he doesn't actually do anything. So basically, you're having the best of both worlds with this adjustment. Now for this next play, I'm going to pick random man zero blitz because I don't really want to know where the blitz is coming from. So we're just going to pick random here. And I'm going to show you guys a motion block technique that is probably the best when it comes to picking up man zero blitzes. If you don't know where the blitz is coming from, you don't have to mess with your slide protection at all. All you have to do is motion block a receiver. And typically it's going to work regardless of what offensive formation you're using. Typically it'll work best with a slot receiver. So in this play here, I mean, I really don't have any man zero routes. But if I motion this guy and snap the ball before he crosses the tackles, once he's inside the tackle box, you're going to see how he's going to communicate perfectly. Look how much time I have to make this throw. As you can see, everything's picked up. And like I said, I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to slide protection. I didn't have to, you know, do anything as far as figuring out where the blitz is coming from. I don't have to double team anybody. I don't have to ID the mic, nothing. And you can see how this perfectly communicates as an extra blocker to pick up this blitz. So we do have what looks like a 5 or maybe a 6-man blitz, although there was one guy staying there. But look how good this blitz pickup is. I don't have to do anything as far as making adjustments, and I'm just standing back here with North Texas against one of the best defenses in the entire game. So I'm just going to do this a couple times. Like I said, if you have an idea where the blitz is coming from, like right here, it looked like it was, if there was going to be a blitz, it'd be off the corner side there. So you can see I tried to hike it to that side. Like you can tell where the blitz is going to come from based off of where the people are, because on this play here, it's if they're going to be sending a zero blitz, it has to be either the middle linebacker or the cornerbacks in the slot. And I just guessed based off of that fact, and you can see that I snapped it on this side, and that's exactly what we got. We got a 6-man pressure. Everybody's pretty much picked up, although the cornerback has to run all the way outside. But you can see all this time I have in the pocket. This is just going to take care of any, you know, super aggressive zero blitzes that's going to get shut down by this, because I don't have to know where it's coming from. The receiver will figure that out once the play starts. This concept is really important when it comes to operating out of an empty backfield look. Like say you have somebody who's running a man zero blitz against you, even though you have no running back or no additional blockers to basically work with, you always have the option of doing that with one of your receivers. As on a play like this, I can motion snap this guy. He's gonna, you know, the guy covering him is going to turn into, you know, he's going to turn into a midfield defender, a zone defender the same way, which is not necessarily what I want. But you can see it doesn't really matter for the route concept that I picked. As you can see, I'm trying to hit this wheel route here, so he's nowhere near that. As you can see, the receiver just does a really good job of picking that up, even though he really shouldn't, because he's going against one of the best defensive ends in the game. Now, another really good tip when it comes to blitzes, and it doesn't necessarily have to be man zero blitzes, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to pick a blitz. We're going to pick like a cover 3 blitz. We're going to pick this, go ahead and turn that off. We're going to pick the SS Blitz 3. So this is a blitz coming off the edge. So if we do it like this, a lot of times, because you're running, even if I block the running back, a lot of times he won't see the blitz because he's all the way on the opposite side of the field. So this cornerback here, you see he's got like a one-on-one. By the time the running back rotates around, he has no ability to pick that up. If we go to the replay, you can see how this running back here does not have the spatial awareness as a blocker to read this blitzing cornerback all the way on the other side. We got 6 guys blocking, so he should be able to pick that up. But because he's on the other side, he does not see this guy coming around, and that's why he just runs right around him for an easy sack. Now, there's 2 ways to combat this. Number 1, you can move your running back to the other side of the field if the formation allows for that, and if you know that's where the guy's coming from. And now you'll see how he'll pick that guy up, as that's one easy way to do it. So I just showed how a single back formation is going to be vulnerable to blitzes from cornerbacks and safeties off the other side, because they don't have the spatial awareness to pick that up. So the best formations to use if you're having a lot of issues like this is going to be split back formations, like the gun split slot, the pistol full house close. These formations are going to be best when it comes to pass pro for your quarterback, based off the fact that you have, and I'm going to pick something that has a lot of blitz. We're going to pick the casino blitz. But based off the fact that we have running backs on both sides of the field, we can just combine the 2 things that we just talked about and either put them, I mean, it's a 0, so we can go ahead, we can just put these guys in, you know, basically the same check and release routes, just add them to the blocking structure in any way, which it automatically suggested this for me, by the way. I didn't actually do anything. But this is pretty much all you got to do. You're going to see how, you know, no matter what the blitz is, we have much better protection, as it gives us an opportunity to stay in the pocket and deliver the ball downfield. But I'm not really worrying about the receivers. I just want to show you guys, these are the best formations when it comes to picking up any type of blitz, because these running backs only see half the field. And on a play like this, you have a running back on both sides, so you basically pick everything up with no problem. So I'm going to end the video there. Those are the only tips you need as far as blocking. As far as, you know, sliding protection and all that other stuff, if you do the things that I showed you in this video, you shouldn't need any of that. But if you guys want to see more videos about stuff like this that I went over an entire series of glitches you can do with motions. So if you guys want to see that, have that pop up on screen. And until next time, thanks for watching, man. My shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.